right, we have the Mercedes-Benz GLC-AMG, and to my left we have the Audi SQ5. And these cars are a gnat's nose from being direct competitors. They both have turbo 3-liter engines under the hood. This one starts at $55,000, this one starts at $60,000, but they don't quite compete. Can you figure out why? I'm going to give you a hint as to why these two cars don't directly compete. Can you see it? Yes, that's right. The tailgate on the Mercedes slopes down, so Mercedes calls this a coupe, whereas that is more of a traditional crossover. Yeah, go figure. You know, Mercedes-Benz has really stepped up their game when it comes to the interior of a car. For a long time, the Audi, at least in my opinion, had the nicest interior, but now with these triple round vents, with this burled wood, with these two-toned leather seats, this is a very nice place to spend time. Now, from a driving dynamics point of view, these two are a little bit different. This car, because of those big, round hockey puck tires, is just a little bit more athletic. It's just a little bit on the more sharper side of the athleticism scale. Let me give you an analogy of how these two differ. The Audi is more of a boarder and this is more of a skier. In other words, you ride the Audi down the mountain and you carve the Mercedes down the mountain. Under the hood of this Mercedes-Benz is a 3-liter twin turbo that puts out 362 horsepower and get this, 384 pound-foot of torque, which is almost identical to the Audi. What isn't identical is the fact that this engine is of course mated to all 4 wheels via a 9-speed automatic transmission, not the 8-speed that's in the Audi. You know what's really remarkable about both of these cars is that there's no turbo lag, it just takes off. When I was growing up, the most sought after turbo was the Saab, and it was known for horrific turbo lag. These cars, it's like a rocket. You light the ignition by putting your foot to the metal and they just take off like that. As much as I like the interior of the Mercedes, I have to say I like this Audi's interior even more. Audi has just nailed it when it comes to materials, design, and especially the cockpit. I love the fact that you can get Google Earth and put it right in front of you, so when you're using navigation you don't have like a 1990 TomTom display. This car is both comfortable and elegant at the same time. That's something that's very hard to pull off because elegant tends to be cold and comfortable tends to be warm but not elegant, and Audi has taken those two and meshed them together in an interior that just works. Can you guess what's under the hood of the Audi? Of course, it's a turbocharged 3-liter that puts out 354 horsepower and 369 pound-foot of torque, which is less, not by much, than the Mercedes. The old engine was supercharged. Unlike the Mercedes, this only has an 8-speed transmission, but just like the Mercedes, this engine, an 8-speed, powers all 4 wheels via Audi's Quattro system. Do you appreciate real or augmented? You know what I'm talking about, because if you like the real thing, the exhaust pipes on the Mercedes, the quad exhausts, are real. They come out the holes in the back. Now on the Audi, it's a whole different situation because check this out. There's no exhaust pipe. The exhaust comes out the bottom. And inside the car, there's a little resonator that's built into the glass that helps amplify the engine note while you're driving. So it really depends if you're kind of a man who likes his, well, you know where I'm going with this, and I think I've gone too far. Of course, I've been kind of talking about the fact that the Audi has some augmented engine note, but Mercedes also does that. You hear that? There's a pop and a kind of a burp that comes out of the exhaust of the Mercedes. It's similar to a Jaguar F-Type, and that is also engineered. Yeah, is it real? Yeah, it's real, but is it manufactured? Yeah, it's manufactured. I like it. Call me a sucker, but augmentation used to bother me, but over the years I've kind of grown accustomed to it, so I don't think it's such a bad thing. It makes a sound that is pleasing and puts a big smile on my face, and same deal with the Audi. From a design point of view, these two vehicles couldn't be more different. Yeah, I know they're both blue, but this is more like a Barracuda. It's all sharp and edgy, whereas this is more like a great white shark. It's kind of round and bulbous, but both are very mean and aggressive in their own different nautical ways. Sometimes if you want to be sexy, you got to put up with a little bit of discomfort. Now in this Audi, even with this incredibly large panoramic roof, I have, well, not plenty of headroom, but certainly my hair just barely touches the roof. The question is, with that sloping coupe on the Mercedes, do I have the same amount of room in the back as I do in this Audi? Let's find out. Not only don't I have a panoramic sunroof in this car, but I also don't have any headroom. I'm 6'2" and my head is hitting the ceiling. So yeah, of course, if you want practicality, go for the Audi. If you want sexy style, go for the Mercedes coupe, or do you say coupe? What's my favorite part of both of these cars? The answer actually is surprising. I love the rear taillights. I love the way that the Audi's taillights signal by sweeping across the way you're going, and I love the concentric lines in the Mercedes. It's just become such jewelry on cars now, and both of these cars have some of the most exquisite jewelry that you can get on a mid-size crossover. So if it were my money, which one would I buy? That's a really tough one. Like I said, these guys are a gnat's nose to being identical. The Mercedes is a little bit more expensive, the Audi is just a little bit cheaper, but you get a little bit more in the Mercedes. You get, of course, the augmentation in the Audi, and you get the kind of sort of real AMG motor in the Mercedes. At the end of the day, it really depends on if you're an Audi guy or gal or a Mercedes guy or gal. Get the brand that you love. As always, this is Roman reporting for the Fast Lane Car. Check out tflcar.com for more news, views, and of course, augmented Audi reviews. See you guys next time. Ciao.